What's up guys, Unusually Unique here, welcome back to the channel and thank you for stopping by and checking out another video. So for my long-term subscribers, you guys are probably clapping and rejoicing because my channel got started with darkly inclined content and it has been a while since we've done this and it feels really good to be doing this. For my new subscribers who subscribed for all the furry content, this is probably a little bit of a shock to you, but yeah, I do other content on this channel besides just furry content, but I do hope you guys stick around for this because I want you guys to experience all sides of me, not just the furry stuff. So Stripes will definitely be back. Like, this is not a, departure from that. But ever since the beginning, I have done multifaceted content, so to the new subscribers, hey, this is me outside of fursuit. Anyway, the other advantage of doing this video out of suit is that I finally get to feel like me again with everything that has gone on in the world over the last year or so with the big C word that is a pandemic that is worldwide that, we don't mention here on Daddy YouTube. The clubs have been closed, so I haven't been out DJing, haven't been going out to events even if I wasn't DJing, so it's been a while since I've just gotten to be me, and this feels so good. Before we actually get into the meat and the heart of this video, as you can see from the title, as you see, we are branching out again into something new, something different that I have not done here on the channel before, but something that I am, again, very, very passionate about. And these last couple of videos that I've been putting out have been exploring more of the stuff that I'm passionate about and that I want to share with you guys because, this is YouTube. Like, yes, I understand that a lot of us try to fit into this certain niche, but I just want to be me and I just want you guys to enjoy me for what, I create, not necessarily because it's within one certain niche. And I know that may be a long shot here in 2021 and with the way that YouTube has progressed, this is just, I don't know if this is something different and hopefully you guys will really, really like it. Last order of business before we get into the meat of this video. Once I actually get into that, there's going to be a lot of technical discussion and I'll probably forget to do the call to action. So we're just going to do it right now. So if you are new and this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button as well as the little bell notification icon right next to it so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Yes, my upload schedule is sporadic, but since it is sporadic, more of a reason to hit that bell icon. The second thing is leave a comment down below. Even if I do not get a chance to respond to every single comment, I do read every single one and they mean the absolute world to me. And I would love to get input from you guys for, stuff that you want to see me do in the future. So leave that down below. And finally, give a big old thumbs up because that does help this video do better in the YouTube algorithm. So yes, now that all of that is out of the way, one of the things that I haven't really talked about here before is that I am a massive fan of roller skating. Like, I love roller skating. It is my catharsis. It is my happy place. It has been for as long as I can remember. Like, I started roller skating back when I was just like maybe 5, 6, 7 years old. I started out on inlines, eventually moved to quad skates. It's something that has been really impactful for me and something that has stuck with me my entire life. One of the things that I wanted to show you guys was actually my first pair of skates, and they don't look like skates right now, but that's because they are old. They are old, they are beat up. Like, they are beat up to the point that the only thing that can be done is throw them away. I was going to try to revitalize these guys as well, but once I realized that, hey, the boot is completely separating from the plate, my wife convinced me to finally let these guys go. After owning these bad boys for, let's see, 8, going on 9 years now, I've owned these bad boys. I was going to replace them. Since I was going to replace them, I was just like, you know what? I wonder if I can, just upgrade from rivets to a nut and bolt system, which is, there you go, nut and bolt system. Because when these originally came in, they had rivets. And so I was just like, well, I'm planning to get new skates anyway. So if I mess these up, no harm, no foul. Once I realized that I could switch to a nut and bolt system, my mindset completely changed. And I was just like, I really like these boots. I really can't afford the boots that I want, which I'll put up a picture here. They are the vanilla V-lines, and they are gorgeous. But I was like, I can't afford those. What if I fixed up the skates that I already own? And once I went down that rabbit hole, I could not pull myself out of that rabbit hole. So I bought myself some new skate parts, and that's what we're going to be unboxing and installing today. Originally, I was going to do this as a 2-part video and do the unboxing in one and then the installation on another. And then I realized, you know what? That's no fun. Nobody wants to see somebody unbox something and then not actually, use the stuff. So I decided to roll all of that into one. And then for the second part, it is going to be me actually roller skating in the upgraded skates, which I'm really excited about because it is hopefully, as long as, Daddy YouTube plays nice, going to be a tribute to the purple one himself, Prince. So, hence all of the purple today. And of course, since my skates are purple, I thought it is going to be really, really fitting to do a tribute to an artist that I absolutely love. And ironically, have been compared to for as long as I can remember. Like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're Prince Jr. And I've, just thought it'd be really, really cool to do a tribute to Prince on skates, especially since Prince was also an avid roller skater. I don't know if you guys knew that, but Prince was an avid roller skater. You've heard Questlove talk about it, and you've heard Eddie Murphy talk about it. So, I thought it'd be really, really fitting. And it's, again, something that I haven't seen anybody else do, and I like breaking bounds and doing something that nobody else has done. So, we are going to tear into this box. I'll show you guys what I got, and then we're going to put them together. Before I unbox anything, I do just want to preface that this video is not sponsored. It'd be really cool to be sponsored by all of the brands that I talk about today, but this video is not sponsored. I did buy all of this with my own money. So, all the opinions that are coming out of my mouth are my own. They are not endorsed by a company and anything like that. When I got the parts, which are right here, I did already unbox them just because I had to double check and make sure that everything was in the box before filming this, because that would have stink if not everything was here and I tried to do this unboxing and putting together video and I didn't have all the parts to put them together. So I have seen what's in here, but I'm going to share with you guys in just a second. So there were 3 main things that I thought about when I was deciding on these parts. Number 1 was obviously price. They had to be affordable and work within my budget. Second, and second most important, was the aesthetic. Once I decided to do the whole Prince theme, the whole purple theme, it kind of narrowed my options just a little bit because there are not many parts that come in purple. But I happened to get all purple parts. And then number 3 was performance, because I am a rhythm skater. And if you don't know what rhythm skating is, I will, put in a small video here, but you know, rhythm skating is what I do. So I had to make sure that the parts that I got would fit that style of skating, and I managed to do it. I managed to fit everything to the aesthetic within my budget, and that fits my style of skating. So without further ado, let's get into this bad boy. So first off, what we have are the wheels, the new wheels. These are the Team Rollerbone 57 millimeters, and they are in a 101A. If you are brand new to skating and you're just like, wait, what is he talking about? 57 millimeter refers to the width of the wheel, and then the 101A refers to the hardness of the wheel. I needed a harder wheel because with rhythm skating, I do want to be able to slide, and I need a smaller wheel because less surface area to grip the floor. And before, these guys are currently the wheels off of my pair of rewinds, and they are the roller derby rewinds, but those are a half a size too small for me, so they ended up becoming a donor part pair of skates, which is where the nut and bolt came from, as well as these wheels. But these wheels are an 82A, which means they are really soft, really squishy, really grippy, which is great for speed, but terrible for rhythm skating. So, you know, got these guys, and I'm super stoked because, you know, they fit the aesthetic, and they are purple, and they are beautiful, and they are the right hardness for rhythm skating. So that's piece number one. Number two is actually these guys, and I know there's a lot of glare, but these are the YOLO bearings. They are rated at A Beck 7, which means there are 7 individual ball bearings within each hub, which means they should roll really smooth and for a really long time. I did a lot of research into the bearings because, you know, you need to be able to roll, and these were one of the higher rated bearings, so, you know, I'm gonna give them a go. And on my skates, there are no other upgrades. The only thing I ever upgraded, quote unquote, was changing out the bearings like every once in a while when I worked at Sonic, and changing out the wheels, obviously. But other than that, these are completely untouched. So I'm really, really excited to finally be putting brand new stuff onto these. And yeah, everything below the boot is getting replaced. Like, everything below the boot is getting replaced. And the boot itself is actually in relatively good condition, kinda, sorta, for being a 9-year-old boot. And these are the Sure Grip Boardwalks. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. These are the Sure Grip Boardwalks. I got these, like I said, back when I worked at Sonic. I sadly did rough them up a lot more than I should have, because at the time, you know, I was young and dumb, and there's like, oh, they're outdoor skates. So I didn't take care of them as well as I should have, and now I want to, like, you know, beat myself up. But I was able to get some suede cleaner and clean up the toes and clean them up a lot better than what they originally looked like. And I'll put in a picture here of what they look like before I started cleaning them up, and they looked really, really rough. But, you know, I have now revitalized the suede as much as I could. I may end up dyeing them later with a slightly darker shade of purple. One, because, you know, it'd be cool. And secondly, because, you know, it would hide all of the extra dirt that accumulated, because those sat for a couple of years because I just didn't have the opportunity to skate. So they sat for a couple of years with all of the dirt that had accumulated while I worked at Sonic on them. And like I said, I'm really, really mad at myself that I did that, but now I have much more reverence and respect for my skates, because I am not a young, dumb kid anymore. Anyway, now that we're off that tangent, the other thing I got to go along with the bearings themselves are these bad boys. And they are bearing shields. So what the bearing shields do is they go over top of the front of the bearing, which faces outside, and I got them because they are purple, and the bearings originally shipped with black shield, and they were the only company that I saw that offered a purple shield, plus they were a higher rated bearing, so, you know, plus win-win all the way around on that. The next thing that is hiding in here are my jam plugs, because what most people skate on, and these are the Fomac Sure Grip Fomac dance plugs, which, you know, most people skate on this. They did send me a free traditional pair of Carrera plugs, but I do not skate with regular toe stops. I skate with jam plugs because I am a rhythm skater, and I'm up on my toes a lot, and these guys would get in the way, but I will hold on to these, and I don't know what I'm gonna ever use them for, but they're here. The next thing was my my cushions for my trucks. Now these cushions are also purple, which is really, really cool. And these, I think they're like an 88A on the hardness scale, so they're not super soft, they're not super hard. They essentially are the exact same composite as what traditionally comes in Sure Grip skates, but they're just colored purple, and I like the hardness of the traditional cushion that comes on a Sure Grip skate. Speaking of which, I got black cushions because I also ordered these, which are my brand new skate plates. I'm super, super excited about these. They are this beautiful purple, and these are the Sure Grip rock plates. These are a size 7 plate, even though my boot is a size 10. On Sure Grip's website, they give a sizing chart, and so these are a size 7 Sure Grip rock plate, which is a nylon plate. It is a nylon plate, so it is a nice, hard, solid, sturdy plastic. The reason I went with the rock plate instead of going and upgrading to an aluminum plate is that I really, really like the rock plate. I'm quite comfortable and familiar with it because that is what ships with the boardwalks. It's just that, it comes in a gray color. But I really like the nylon plate. I wanted something nice and lightweight. Aluminum can get kind of heavy. I think they are magnesium plates, if I'm remembering correctly. And even though those are as light as the nylon and as sturdy as the aluminum, the most magnesium plates are really, really expensive, and plus none of them came in purple. And last but certainly not least, to actually roll, I have to have something for the wheels to go into, and so these are the trucks that go with the rock plate. So yeah, that is everything that is in the box. And in this next segment, we are actually going to deconstruct these bad boys and reconstruct them with all this beautiful new hardware. Also, along with the black cushions are new shields for the cushions and some new nuts for the kingpins to hold the cushions together. So yeah, I am really, really excited to put these bad boys together. And yeah, it's been too long. It has been way too long, and I should have done this years ago. But I have a hard time treating myself, but it feels really, really good to treat myself. So yeah, let's start getting these bad boys taken apart. So the first step in taking these bad boys apart, and I do have all of my tools sitting right off camera. And I know I probably just got really, really loud because I'm leaning over the mic. Sorry about that. Sorry for blowing at you guys' ears. The first thing I'm gonna do is even though I am I don't know what I'm gonna do with this plate. I would love to put this old rock plate on a new pair of, you know, like short Sure Grip boots instead of the more traditional boot. But we'll see what happens. Like, I'm not throwing this plate away. It's going to go into my cavern of parts. These are all of the parts that I could salvage from the Carreras, which were, you know, these guys. So all the parts that I could salvage from the Carreras are in there, as well as, again, got super loud, the old plate off of the rewinds, which again, like I said, are a half a size too small for me. So, you know, these plates are going into the part bin, and, you know, I will eventually do something with all of these extra plates that I have lying around. You know, obviously build more skates when I have the money. But yeah, so first things first, I'm going to take off the old jam plugs, because I probably will still, you know, use these jam plugs, like if I decide to skate outside in front of my house and not in the rink, because these wheels are, I'm only going to be using them in the rink, and I'm going to eventually get new bearings for these guys, which are, like I said, the 82A wheels from roller derby, and I'm going to practice and all that with these wheels on the concrete. But I do need new bearings for these, because as you can see, the bearings in here do not roll super well. So yeah. So now that the toe stop is off, I need to take the plate off, and I just realized I don't have the right socket for my ratchet to take the plate off. So give me 2.5 seconds and I will be right back with the correct ratchet. I thought I had everything here that I needed, but I overlooked that. So 2.5. I am back and I have the proper ratchet size now. But in order to take a plate off, because this is going to be educational as well as informative, so in order to take the plate off, you do have to take the wheels off first. And like I said, I am going to be saving these wheels, and a lot of people will use like a Y3 tool, which has all the things that you will ever need to repair your skates on the fly besides a bearing puller. But me, I'm just using a regular old ratchet. So yep, let's get these wheels popped off real quick. So, you know, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, all that good stuff does apply here. And I'll probably only do one skate on camera, because it's going to be the exact same process for the other skate. But yeah, once I... Whoop, there goes the wheel. All right, but yeah, once I build this one out, then I'm probably going to pause the camera, and then we'll come back and do the outro. But yeah, because like I said, it's the exact same process. So then I'm going to take my ratchet, and since I have now you can see it even better. So since I have a nut and bolt style of plate attachment, plate hardware, it is much easier than a rivet style. And the main reason I wanted to get away from the rivet style is because, I said I've owned these for 9 years, and in that 9 years of ownership, the plate did start to separate from the boot, and I looked, and it was because the rivet was coming out. So with a nut and bolt system, you do not have to worry about the rivet falling out, because it's a nut and bolt, and if it gets loose, all you got to do is tighten that bad boy back up, which is much more convenient than having to replace an entire rivet, which is really complicated, and just nobody wants to do that. Like, nobody. So yeah, like I said, I did pull this hardware off of my roller derby rewinds. So yep, it is good to have a pair of skates that's a little bit too small for you that can turn into a donor pair. It's always nice. So yeah, we just righty tighty lefty loosey, get this bad boy off. And I'm going to have to unlace him, because With a nut and bolt system, usually the top of the nut is like a Phillips head or a flathead screw, and so you have to get pressure onto that screw so that you can actually unbolt the bolt. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to relace these when we're done, but that's okay. Part of the adventure. Boom. Cool. That lace is out. And the lining is out. Come here, buddy. Alright, there goes the lining. And yes, I need... Nope, not you. You. If you do have a nut and bolt style system, I would definitely highly recommend getting a deep socket instead of a short one like this, because some of these bolts can be pretty long, and you want to be able to get the entire socket down over top of that nut. And if the bolt is really long, you can't do that. So in order to get around the truck, I grabbed an extension for my ratchet. Now I could just take the truck off on the old ones and do it that way, but I kind of want to keep this plate as together as possible, if possible. But even with the extension, I can't get around it, so I'm gonna have to take the truck off, which is fine. Cool. So, in order to take the truck off, you do need a 9, at least for these guys, it is a 9/16. And in order to take the wheels off, it is a 1/2 inch, whether that is a socket or a wrench itself. So, either one. Well, not either one. You're gonna need both, because you do need the 9/16 to get the king nut off, which we just did. And there goes the king nut. Cool. And that truck, the old truck, slide right out. And there we go. And as you can see, this is it's nasty. It's nasty. But now I can easily access the nut on that is holding the plate in. This build, I'm just so excited about this build. I've said it multiple times in this video, but I should have done this so much sooner. I also should have respected my skates a lot more, but we're all young and dumb and don't know the value of what we have until it's too late. But fortunately for me, it wasn't 100% too late to revive these guys, so I'm glad about that. Just like that, our plate is now free. So, ew, grody plate. Gonna clean that up, and then this guy will go, like I said, in the parts, not necessarily graveyard, but the parts bin. Boom. But yep, as you can see, we already have, the holes drilled and have our nuts sticking up out of there. I did clean the bottom of these earlier, so the bottoms look like they're worn, but they are nice and clean for our new plate, which I don't think it matters between the left plate and the right plate. They look like they're set up the exact same way. So I'm going to assume that there is no difference, and we're going to put this bad boy on. Oh, okay, cool. That is giving me some trouble. Alright. So now our pins are in. Yep. Yep. Nice. Alright. Then gonna put our washer on first. Then we're gonna put the nut back on. So you need a screwdriver and a ratchet. Reverse the direction, because before we were taking off, now we're putting on. If you are a new skater though, and you're looking at getting a pair of skates, I would definitely recommend that you look for a pair of skates that you can easily upgrade in the future that can grow with you. So, you know, I would say if you're trying to get into skating and you are wanting to get something to grow with you, get something that does have a nut and bolt type system, because when you finally decide, hey, I want to upgrade my plate, hey, you know, this action is feeling kind of loose, you can tweak them easier than you would with a rivet style attachment system. Because, like I said, with the rivet style, and that's nice and tight now. With the rivet style, it is literally just flat up against there, and inside, which, you know, I can't show you, but inside it looks like a reverse flower opened up and is biting into the material inside of the boot, and getting that out is it's a pain. I speak from experience. It is a pain in the butt, but it's an upgrade that's totally worth it. If you do have a pair of rivet style, you can very easily get some hand tools and fold those little flower prongs out of the way. And once you fold the flower prongs out of the way, you know, you just can carefully, with a flathead, start prying down on the flat piece and start to release it from the boot. And then there are quite a few websites and even some skate supply shops that should sell nut and bolt mounting hardware to make that upgrade. And that would, if I was, you know, anybody, you know, and you do have a rivet style pair of skates, that would be the very, very first upgrade I did after, you know, of course, like new bearings, if you know, like the wheels that you have. Nice. All right. So, new plate is now attached. I may go back later on and cut these bolts down. I'm not quite sure yet. We will see what happens there. Now, the next step is to put on our trucks, which means putting on our nice new cushions and our, you know, cushion caps and all that goody goodness. So, so we're gonna put cushion cap down, cushion down, truck, gonna feed it into the black hole back here, or the hole here, And come on now. Thank you. So that is now in. Then yes. All right. Then put next cushion on. Then our cushion cap. Then our new nut for the kingpin. And I will adjust the action of these later, but for now I want to just get them nice and tightened up. And adjusting the action is how much play it has when I try to wiggle it. And right now it has no play, but you know, that's okay because we're gonna definitely loosen that up. Now, next thing, we're gonna repeat the same process to the front. Nice. So our trucks and cushions are on. Now, next thing, which is, you know, next easy thing is going to be our nice new toe stop. And I am gonna put one of these toe stop covers there. I think I need it to go this way. Yes, I need to go that way. And so we're just gonna screw in our jam plug. And these are the 5/8 ones, I wanna say, I think these are the 5/8 style. There's another style that's like a 5/16, but that is a much smaller thread. But since, of course, you know, I had the bigger thread, you know, boom, jam plug is in. Tighten that up with the pliers because we definitely don't want that going anywhere when we're doing our fancy moves. Nope, that's not going anywhere even with the pliers. So that is in, which is nice. Now get to crack open our wheels and bearings. Yeah. Ooh, those are nice and sturdy, especially compared to these guys. Like, these are super squishy, and these are nice and firm, and definitely feel like they're gonna have a lot more slide to them, which I'm really happy about. And these were originally 57 millimeters, but since I've been rolling around on them, they've gotten a little bit smaller with age, which is, you know, to be expected. Then we're going to take one, and it came with a YOLO sticker. Gonna take a pack of our bearings, and we're gonna get them pressed in. I do have a bearing press tool to make my life much easier. So I'm gonna also, while I am here, change out the bearing shield while I'm at it. The website, it said, just take a pin head and lift right up from the corner. And yes, it pops right off. Cool. So, nice. And then change out these bearing shields. And put in our purple ones. Alright, so, but if anybody is curious about what is inside of a skate bearing, there you go. Wow, pressing in the shield is harder than pressing in the the bearing. So we gonna slide the bearing onto our bearing press. And that is bearing number 1. Wow, that sits in a lot deeper than I thought it would. And I know when I was looking at reviews of these wheels online, everybody's like, yeah, you're definitely going to need a bearing press to get them in. And I think they were talking about like the bigger, thicker, old, like the big bearing press. I can definitely see where they're coming from with that. but you can do it with the hand tool. And we'll see how easy it is. Drop the front bearing in just a second. So again, gonna go up. Heard that nice, satisfying click. Means that is seated. Alright, so those guys are seated. Purple bearings and purple bearing shields. Woo! So that is number 1. And again, I will probably do the rest off camera, but these are going to look freaking sick. Alright, so now gonna put the wheel back on. Da-da-da-da. Woo! Those do have a nice long roll. Oh yeah, here for that. Here for that. All right, so I'm gonna do the rest off camera. It takes a little bit longer to get the bearing shields on than I thought, but that's okay. So, yeep. All right, so that took a little bit longer than I expected, but they are gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. So, before, after, before, after, like it is a night and day difference. Like this one, the wheels and the trucks, like these are now a little bit lighter than these. I don't know if the wheels are adding so much weight, but they are a little bit lighter now, and they look so much better. They look so beautiful and shiny and almost brand new. Of course, you can tell that the boot is just a little bit beat up on both, but I cannot wait to skate on these bad boys. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the other one off camera because this video is already really long. But yeah, that is how you put together a skate. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to finish putting the other one together. But yeah, since we already did one on camera, like I said, it's the exact same process for the other one. I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I'm gonna test these bad boys out. And in the next video, which will be part 2, it will hopefully be me at the skating rink and doing my tribute to Prince and the purple one himself. And I think that Prince would have been proud of these bad boys. So anyway, I know I did the call to action at the beginning, so thank you guys so much for checking out this video. It did not quite go as planned, but it did go as planned. I had a couple of snafus here and there, but it was a learning experience for you, and it was a learning experience for me. Anyway, my name has been Unusually Unique. This has been a very different experience here on my YouTube channel, but thank you for going along this journey with me. I will catch you guys in part 2 and in future videos. You all are awesome. Stripes will be back later. Oh yeah, and a little side note, I don't know how well you guys can see that, did get actually 2 new tattoos. So yeah, more tats that you guys get to see. All right, keep rocking on. Bye.